Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds. We could stream it and be miserable together.
Things. Yeah. Just sitting there bitching.
It's a real hunk of shit.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
My name is David Bell.
My name's Tom Ryman.
And we just watched him.
We watched him. We watched him do a few things. We watched him bathe in ice. We watched him choke a lady in a sauna.
And that's it.
Cameron King. Great meeting you. I'm a fan.
That's crazy. I damn near worshipped you growing up.
Who are you?
I'm him.
Who are you?
I'm him. My time.
Let's play a little catch.
We watched him shoot a mascot.
Oh, yeah.
Never figured out who that mascot was.
No.
But I liked that. I didn't need anything. I didn't need everything to be a reveal.
Yeah. So, all right. This is it's Jordan Peele producing, so they're sticking his name all over it. Mm-hmm. But it's not a Jordan Peele film.
No, it's Tipping is the director.
Justin Tipping. Yeah.
Can you remember the first name?
It's got that guy from I Know What You Did Last Summer in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got Marlon Wayans, which you know what I really like.
Him from.
I like that Marlon Wayans gets to make a scary movie and just spoof this with him in it. He has to, right? He's going to.
Yeah, he's going to make like another haunted house movie.
Yeah. No, they're making a new scary movie.
Oh, they are.
They're legitimately
the
are.
Wayans
so
are.
Like
the Wayans.
I thought the Wayans. I thought they were.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're back to them.
I do like that the two primary villains... Well, at first, the two primary villains are two comedians. It's Marlon Wayans and Jim Jeffries.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then Julia Fox shows up.
Yeah.
Looking like the Terminator with her platinum eyebrows.
Yeah.
It took me most of the movie to figure out who she was.
Oh, and Tim Heidecker as well.
Right.
It's all comedians.
That was Tim Heidecker.
Yeah, it super was.
What the shit?
Yeah, he's having fun.
Oh, man.
This movie is getting bad reviews.
I know.
Or mid. I would call them mid. Because Rotten Tomatoes does that thing where
it was like 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, wasn't it?
Right, but then you look at the reviews and all the reviews are like 2.5 out of 5. So it's like, they're not like, the individual reviews aren't like, this is the worst thing ever. Everything's mid. Audience reviews are bad. This is being seen as like that's all to say that this is being seen as like a bad movie.
Really?
Well, it's the internet again. It's like that's the reviews.
Yeah.
I can say that I know why, but I personally enjoyed this film.
So did I. I liked it a lot, actually. If it's not just creeps being racist on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, I mean, here's what I'll say.
I would suggest the ending maybe throws people.
There's a rumor that the ending was, or like I was reading, I didn't see for sure. In the script, it's a different ending. The script ending is a little more complicated than like, and then he kills everyone.
Yeah.
You know,
and
like
he just kills everyone.
Yeah. I think... So again, going into this liking this, like enjoying it, I wanna see if I can represent what I think people thought was wrong with it, because I definitely noticed this throughout is that it's a little flat, and what I mean by that is the main character going to Marlon Wayans' house to train, and then it's here's a weird thing, here's a weird thing, here's a weird thing, here's a weird thing. Here's a weird thing.
It's very Rosemary's Baby.
Here's a very weird thing. Yeah, movie's over. And I think people just like didn't feel any progression. Like the main character just kind of exists with it. Like he never really like fights it. He just sort of does
he wrestles
everything.
with it a little bit. Yeah, but it's
it's a little flat. That's all. And
he doesn't have much character to him outside of his drive, but then again he's not meant to.
Right.
But it does make his decision at the end carry less weight, but I thought it was supposed to, because it felt like he was going to make the inevitable decision.
Right, yes.
Which is the wrong choice.
I think the problem is it felt like it might have come out of nowhere. The original script, what I read was that he absolutely says yes.
Yeah,
he signs, and it ends with Marlon Wayans watching him on the TV with Marlon Wayans' family. Like, essentially, it ends with, like, Marlon Wayans having a life. And it, like, being successfully passed on is what I was reading. But I'm not... Again, I haven't read the script, so, like, someone maybe has a better idea. Because I was just, like, going through, like, a screenwriting forum about it. And I think it was a Blacklist script that had been just going around.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but all that aside, I was so dazzled by the filmmaker that I still quite enjoyed watching this, even knowing, like, okay, the story's a little flat.
Well, it's not really a story, right? It's more like, hope I'm using the phrase correctly, like a tone poem. Like, it's more about its themes than it is about telling a story.
I think that's why we probably liked it more, is we've watched a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And, like, we've watched movies that are more of a tone
that
poem,
are just about its themes, yeah.
Yeah, that are more of, like, let this wash over you.
More about meditating on a topic than telling than telling a linear story.
Yeah, and... It could have been a short for that reason. I can see that. Again, I think the biggest hit is that I feel like the main character didn't, and I know this guy's a good actor, so it's like, I don't think it's on him. I just think that maybe he needed a little more of an arc to him.
He just
a little more of a journey.
Yeah, he does. There's not much to him.
Yeah, like when a thing happens where you go like, oh, okay, now, like, I kept waiting for the now it's going to happen. You know that moment where they start, like, going like, I think something's wrong. I need to explore this more. I need to sneak out at night. I need to do something. I need to try to get away. Like, whenever I thought, oh, this is when that will get sparked, he sort of just goes into the next day.
Yeah, and I read that as, because that sounds like you're expecting him to snap out of it and make the moral choice, and I never felt like that was guaranteed throughout the movie, right? Like, that's sort of the point of it, is he's half in both Isaiah Marlon Wayne's world and half in, like, the not inverted. There's a lot of inverted imagery in this. Obviously, it's a satanic cult. But boy is it, and Tim Heidecker explodes at the end because of it. But I just took that as him, like, just sinking deeper into it, like him continuing to, because the idea is, like, what are you willing to sacrifice in order to enjoy this level of fame and success? And he's like, it turns out he's willing to look the other way on just about everything.
Yeah. He'll do it all.
He'll do anything.
I think you compared it to Rosemary's Baby, and I think it's very much like that. If she
killed everybody at the end,
yeah,
if she
also,
kicked
like,
the Satanists out the window. Sorry.
Well, also, and throughout, she never really pushed back. That's the thing. Is, like, in Rosemary's Baby, she, like, tries to escape, tries to get a new doctor.
Yeah.
It's that. I think that's what people are picking up on. Where it's like, it's Rosemary's Baby if the whole time she's like, sure, yeah. And then at the end is like, actually, no.
Well, if they were using a different tactic, the suspense is like Rosemary's Baby, where it's the dramatic irony of, we can see what's going on is wrong. The filmmaking keeps telling us that this is in fact getting worse, and he is sinking deeper and deeper down, literally sinking down into hell. And he kind of is aware of it, but he's so focused on the prize that he's not seeing anything around him. And that's a familiar story.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of this more as a parable or, like you
Yes.
said, a tone poem, it works a lot more, I think, as a movie. If this was marketed more as a surrealist piece, because I think they pushed into Jordan.
It is very surreal. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. That's what I meant. The point I meant to make is that it's Rosemary's Baby. The suspense is the same. It would be like telling it if their tactic was different. Like their tactic is gaslighting her in Rosemary's Baby. It's a similar tactic, but it's more about keeping him doped up and delirious, and so it is surreal. Like days bleed in. It's very dreamlike.
Yeah.
We're not sure what's real or not.
I think the marketing they pushed hard into this is a Jordan Peele type movie, and it isn't. And I think that's like the first.
I think
that's
it
the first
is,
thing.
I think it is in terms of its themes.
Yes,
like,
but in its structure,
yeah.
I'd argue Jordan Peele is a lot more like I'm gonna make this funny. I'm gonna make this more like. I don't want to say like Hollywood because Jordan Peele,
but it
almost seems
it's
like
more
an insult. But
it's
it
more
is,
mainstream.
Yeah.
His structures
it's
are more mainstream. Yeah.
So like I think that might have thrown people off a bit where it's like, no, this is more of like an indie, like surrealist, weird movie, and they really pushed it as like this is the next big like Jordan Peele-esque thing.
I think it could be had it been. I mean. Not as the next Jordan Peele thing, whatever that means. But
right.
I think this could have a similar level of esteem because I think it's dealing with similarly resonant and relevant social themes. In as much as I'm qualified to comment on those themes because it's about being black in America. But
it should be a cult classic for sure.
And it's very well made. Like it's
really well made.
Very well made. Like the direction it's so like this. I think this is an effective horror movie. Like it's real. Like you don't get a sense of maybe not. I did get a sense of escalation, but it's more about just a tightening wire. Where it's like, man, he just keeps sinking further and further, and it's getting more and more obvious. Right? It's a little bit more like the Devil's Advocate, I guess, in that way.
Right.
Anyway,
yeah, Devil's Advocate's a good comparison.
Faustian bargaining, all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Devil's Advocate. I think if like this is, it's tough because again, I really enjoyed this movie. I got to a point where I understood like, oh, okay, I know why audiences didn't like it, but I'm still enjoying it because it's
weird.
It's very weird and
it's weird.
I think you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you could have made the Devil's Advocate. You could have made a more.
You could have made something way more schlocky and crowd pleasing. This is a way more meditative and psychological horror film.
Yeah, there's certain things that they could have added that they didn't. Like, for example, his family just kind of vanished from the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like you could have had, like, the Devil's Advocate had that conflict, right? Where Charlize Theron is like, hey, stop. It's the devil. And he keeps pushing ahead and pushing ahead.
I'm glad we didn't
literally
have
say
that.
But
I'm glad we didn't have that. They point
that's
at
a
it
version
once
you
or
could make.
twice where I was like, oh, you didn't need to point at it. But I'm glad that they never really point at what's going on until like the very, very end. And even then, nobody says it.
Oh, you don't really. No, well, they do have a moment, and I could see almost like the producer notes of like, we need to get a little more clear because there's a part at the end where they're like, we've been grooming you all these years, and
That's
like
true.
it was just like, I'm gonna just level with you here, man.
Yeah.
And it was very funny because it was realistic, where it's like, yeah, at some point someone would be like, okay, so listen,
Stuffy
Here's
old
what's going
white
on.
man, listen, as he calls him, boy.
yeah. It's very.
We chose this for you, and that's also a big part of what it's one of the themes of that it deals with is the sort of burden that's placed on people. Like he does football because his dad really wanted him to, and then he's like, I don't want to do football anymore, and then his dad goes off to die in war. So he's like, I got to keep playing football because I let him down. There's this idea of like a man's worth being noble sacrifice, but it's sacrifice for a quote greater good that doesn't ever acknowledge you. Like he's watching, like the movie starts with them watching football, and it's very clearly they're at church, like it's a literal altar. that to Isaiah, because they're watching Isaiah White play when our main character Cameron is a little boy. And there's candles and shit. They start to chant a prayer. Like there's a lot of mantras repeated in this movie to make sure you get what they're going for. And
the metaphors, clear.
Metaphors are very clear, and like I said, there's once or twice where they point at it, like it says, "Man, his fans are like a cult." We didn't need you to say that. We got it.
They do a Last Supper, and it was like, I know.
That was the second one. It was like,
I know,
and they really linger on it for.
Yeah, it's like, no, I got it. Yeah, it's fine.
Watchmen, we got it.
I get it. He's sacrificing himself for his father. I get it.
Yeah. We got it. He's Jesus in a way. The goat. He's the sacrificial goat.
I loved the goat because the goat didn't click. They keep saying I'm the goat.
It's like, he's the goat.
I'm like, oh, the goat.
It's such a good metaphor. Like like honestly, like to identify all it's such a good layered metaphor that it's may or may not be obvious, but like. I don't know. It works.
Well, it's
anyway. He's watching the game, and that we watch Isaiah get a hideous career-ending injury, like his bones broken through his leg, and his dad like makes him watch it, and they basically like, see, that's the sacrifice. That's part of the game. See, we won the game, and they immediately move on. They have this shrine of Isaiah White on their wall, but they express no concern for him. They move immediately on to, but we won the game. Isn't that great? That's what it takes to win, Cameron. Now chant it. I'm coming for you, Isaiah. I'm coming for you, Isaiah. So they immediately move past it.
Yeah.
And then we learn his dad dies in war, serving a country that doesn't care about him. It's certainly what's represented by the red, white, and blue flyover. Anyway. So anyway, that's the first image that you're presented with.
Yeah. We learned that he was groomed by Satanists, so I kind of question, like, did his dad die that way? I mean,
I'm not sure if that was literal. Like, I'm not sure if it could have been. I didn't.
What do you mean?
Him seeing the old guy in the photograph.
Really?
Because it didn't look 100% like him, at least not to me.
I mean, there's the overall metaphor is, of course, it's rich white people making money off of the sacrifices of young black men.
Yeah, and
that's ultimately
telling young black men they have two paths in life.
Yeah, and the sacrifice. So, like the war metaphors in there,
both enriches white men. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, you might get enriched from this, but we're going to stay in power.
We definitely will, yeah.
Yeah, we will never leave power. That's ultimately what it's about, which is, again, it's a very... it's like you don't even need... They
almost look like a comedy sketch, like the white guys.
Yeah.
Like they're so rich white guys.
Oh, yeah. You don't even need Satan.
Wearing a top hat. You barely need Satan, but
like, this is football already. You know what I mean? You could do a story.
This is
of a
already
player.
Football. Like, this is happening in the news. Like, Jerry Jones blew up negotiations with a very valuable player by saying he owned him.
Yeah. You could literally do the same plot where he goes to train and the training's like fucked up and they're shooting him full of drugs. And it gets really intense.
That's just the NFL.
Yeah, without the Satanism. But it could have just been all that.
That's why he excuses so much of it. Like them leaving, like it's so weird, but it's like...
Oh, yeah, like, they inject him with stuff. He doesn't even say, what is that?
He barely asks. Like, I don't even think he asks the first time.
Right.
And you definitely would, because it's Jim Jeffries. Like, no matter what the situation, if an Australian man injects you with something, you ask what it is.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, there's that. They talk about gladiators a lot too, because there's the general feeling of like you said, soldiers, and like where it's like, how do you proudly become a henchman is essentially what it's kind of about too. Like, how do you become this?
Proudly become a slave.
Yeah, a soldier. Like, it's just you are just, and it's how do you get led into that? And it's this dangling glory of like, maybe you'll be the one who gets noticed.
There's something Marlon says. He says when they're in the sauna, and there's a couple of moments where he does actually get real with Cameron, and this is one of them. And he tells him, "Look, don't take my path. Don't do what I did. Like, forge your way." And Cameron asks him, what do you mean? And he thinks for a second and he says, if you're starving to death in a prison, and this is a continuation of a game they've been doing, so it's like a nice bookend or callback. He's like, okay, you're starving to death in a prison. You're given a choice for food and freedom. Is that really a choice?
Right.
And then he gets up and walks away. The idea being, if you're starving to death, you have to pick food. It's the illusion of choice.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not, it's not by accident that Isaiah's house is a dark, sinking subterranean hell maw, but it's also not an accident that it looks like a prison. Like the phone, the phone that Cameron uses later on is like this phone set into the wall. It just looks like a public phone, like in a prison, set into a concrete wall. And
that sort of, it really does reflect on all, like just capitalism in general too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
This idea of like the way things like, oh, good news, you might get a tax cut. We're going to take away these things.
You might be the one who's rich one day, so that's why you roll with all this.
Right, and it's like, you get to pay less taxes now. We're going to take away a bunch of stuff to ensure that you never really get comfortable in life overall, but it's that prison thing where it's like, if in the moment you can't afford to live, you're like, sure, tax cut, great. It's all like little things like that along the way is throughout, and like it's again, the metaphor is
giving up pieces of yourself, chasing
the big thing, and then of course, like, I think that's I'm things like the Marlon Wayans saying that, like, I think this is the stuff where I think the audience got. Because, like, I would argue that there is a lot of, like, with Marlon Wayans, like, that idea of the original ending of him, like, moving on makes more sense sometimes in this, because he seems like he's genuinely exhausted by where he's at, and he wants to free himself. Like, it sort of goes back and forth. I would argue that a lot of the metaphor is at the cost of, like, character consistency.
For sure. And at the cost of narrative.
Yes. Again, going back to it being kind of a tone poem, like, I think the general vibe is that the metaphor was everybody's like, we got it, man. And like, he's a very good director, so it's also like, this is gorgeous,
and
but like
spooky.
Yeah, and spooky. Yeah, I really liked the editing. It's hard to kind of describe. I'm gonna see if I can. It's
really good. Like, it's so visceral.
Yeah, and there's sort of a disjointedness to it that I think also might have not thrown people off, but people aren't used to. Like when he runs into that fan in the weird dark tunnel. Like the way that's presented is very like
very extreme and claustrophobic. It's their sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and it's not traditional horror.
No.
A lot of it isn't going for jump scares so much as like creepiness.
Malaise.
Where it's like,
it's just like
you
this,
have
like,
you
offness.
have him like, he looks down the tunnel and you sort of see the form of something, and then it goes to the extreme close up
of the, like a sombrero or a cowboy hat, and like a
and
it's an extreme low angle close up.
Yeah.
So it's an odd angle for a close up.
And then it goes like the extreme close up, and then the guy, and then like I think he signs something.
He wants him to sign his forehead.
Oh right, he signs his forehead, and it's all like kind of close ups, and it's just not. I don't think it's not as traditionally done, like a moment like that. And the guy is killing it because he's like sweat. You could tell he like worked really hard to get in front of him. He snuck in somehow.
He's down real low. He's a satyr, Dave.
He is.
He makes goat noises at him.
Yeah, he does.
And it bookends the signature, right? He comes up out of the tunnel, out of hell, out of the darkness, and gets him to sign initially.
Oh, yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, he's doing the ultimate signature on the contract. And he's like, nope, I think I'll just kill everyone with this hammer.
Yeah.
this medieval hammer.
Which it turns out Satanists are susceptible to that.
Like, they're just flesh and blood.
Yeah. You would worry for a second. I'm like, is Satan going to step in here? Is Satan going to step? No.
Will Satan intervene? No, he won't.
I mean, something kind of intervenes. Tim
when he
Heidecker
doesn't get
explodes.
when he doesn't get what he wants, yes. Like I was literally when like it all goes wrong because they never say it. They never say Satan, the devil. They never say this is a contract with hell. Like if you read the contract, it's just an NFL contract, and they're like,
right.
You got to sign with the team. Stop wasting the team's time.
Yeah.
They're still treating it like football, even though it's clearly a satanic ritual. Like they're wearing pig masks and shit.
Yeah, and they're like, come on, man, for your career, come on. My favorite character in that
looking like
scene,
a Tim Burton birthday cake. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
loved the cheerleaders in that scene because I felt like they keep cheering even when he starts killing people and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I felt like in their minds they were like, listen, they hired me for this gig. They said very clearly, no matter what happens, just keep doing it, motherfucker. I'm gonna do it. Guess what? I'm not helping. Like I'm just gonna cheer until there's nothing going on. I imagine him leaving and the cheerleaders all stopping, being like, so how do you think we get paid? Like, all right, I guess we should get out of here.
Guess we start selling stuff, huh? Just start taking some of the stuff that's in here and sell it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to think they weren't like involved at all in the Satanism. Like they were just like hired.
They might not have
models.
been.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, it's the Eyes Wide Shut where the guy's like, yeah, they pay me to play piano in a blindfold. I don't ask any questions. I imagine there's some of that with Satanists, where there's a whole like
right.
You know.
It's hard to find like a good enclave. Like I guess I guess it's hard to like find a group when you move to a new area. So you're gonna have to like do some like Craigslist hires for the day.
Yeah, or they'll have the rich people will be like, listen, we have this guy. He's the best juggler. We already asked him. He's not into the Satan stuff. He just isn't. He's actually Mormon. It's kind of funny, but he'll come in. We'll pay him. He'll do the juggles. He'll ask 0 questions. He'll leave. And
Yeah,
it's fine.
he's great.
Like,
he's great at looking the other way. He doesn't say anything.
Yeah,
We do get a little
like,
bit of that where he's leaving and the cheerleaders are just kind of looking at him and he goes like, "Ruff."
Yeah. Yeah, one of them flinches like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, get out of here. Man.
Again, they just paid me to be here. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm an Uber driver most of the time.
Yeah. God damn. Who else is in this? Oh, and of course their last name is White. I was like, all right.
Oh,
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. Like, I will say, like, there's, again, the metaphor is driven into the ground.
Isaac.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then at the end, like, I don't know, he's just like a weapon of God or something, I guess.
The devil.
You think so?
You mean
Because he
Cameron.
smashes all. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He makes
he's all
like the
glowy and shit.
Yeah.
So here's something that did kind of disappoint me, or like he keeps saying I'm going to go watch the tapes at night. Mm-hmm. I was disappointed in what the tapes were because it was just this weird orb of a crowd.
Oh, it's
What?
the Hellmaw.
It's the Hellmaw. You're
Like
right.
that's the lowest. Like he's looking up into the Hell Ring and the Ring of Souls. Like you see some faceless people in there, and it's all the people cheering for him. He's just staring up into this Stygian abyss of souls, cheering for himself, cheering for him, with all the jerseys of the past sacrifices around him, the blood that's just been transferred.
I really
line to
like.
line.
There's certain symbolism or the imagery that.
Yeah,
because
the
I'm
imagery's
not.
so
I
good.
don't know football, but like the helmet with the shoulder pads, it does look like this like a torso, like a sacrificial torso.
Oh yeah, and they're the tattered old jerseys.
Yeah, that's really good. It's again visually, it's
so
absolutely
good.
gorgeous.
The sauna was like, I mean, you think, oh, it's sauna, obviously that's hell, right? But they did it in such a cool way. They made the tiles look like flames. And he right, it's like it's a little subtle, but it's still spooky and like this. Like I said, malaise. Just this. Everything. All the shots are framed really.
I really liked when
it's
they
such
went,
good imagery. Yeah, such good imagery.
When they went to the 3D stuff, where it was like when they
like
see
the brain
inside
scans.
of their body.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh, and the stuff where they pump him up and it like shows a body like in flight.
Yeah, like resets its bones and stuff. And
yeah, because again, there could have just been a straight up body horror where it was like, it's just they're taking drugs and like doing it that way. But when they start fighting and they just show like these two like, you know,
going into like predator vision and shit.
Yeah, sacks of muscle and skeleton fighting each other and how much they're sacrificing their bodies.
It's like so visceral at that point. And they keep focusing in on his staples, you know, representing his divided mind and the laces on a football.
There's so much goddamn symbolism.
And he keeps that's the first thing Marlon is doing in that fight is he grabs him and slams his head against the wall and starts hammering on the staples. Like he's hammering on him. Make the choice. Get it.
He also knows that's where the weakness is.
Yeah,
it's like,
he knows it's where the weakness is. Exactly.
My cat, when she broke her leg years and years ago, and whenever she attacks Rue, she goes for the same leg on Rue, and I'm like, oh, because she thinks that's the weakness.
His weakness, yeah,
yeah, and it's like that's mean. That's really mean. She's like, that's where my weakness is, so I'm gonna go for your fucking leg, you asshole.
Yeah,
and it's like, wow,
yeah,
you piece of shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I liked the weird samurai with the hammer.
Oh yeah,
popping him on the head. You don't think he was purposefully groomed? I assume it's a Rosemary's Baby.
I think so. Yeah, you're
or Devil's
you're
Advocate.
correct.
Again, we keep
sure.
saying
you're
Devil's
correct,
Advocate.
I'm sure, but like obviously the greater metaphor is it's not literally this one old white guy, but it's a chain of.
Oh, I see what you mean. I mean, that's actually probably true. Actually, yeah. But they do say we've been grooming you. He says
right. He literally says that. Yeah. But there's a repeated imagery of inverted symbols to the point specifically you can't tell which end is up. And if you notice, Cameron's crucifix starts to do that. Like it starts to like drop until like the cross is at the middle, so it's not clear. It just kind of looks like a big plus sign, you know. It's just midway through it perfectly, so it doesn't look like whether the cross is right side up or down. And he notices that in his dad's crucifix in the photograph he looks at the end before he makes his choice. And it's his dad's crucifix that he's been wearing the whole movie. So it's like he's been carrying this burden for his dad, but it was never necessarily a good thing. Like it's not clear whether it was good or bad, right? Because his dad's wearing the crucifix. You can't tell whether it's up or down. So and he looks at that image right before he makes his choice. And there's a lot of that throughout where obviously it's because he's being kept bewildered. So he can't tell which is good and which is evil. But
run me through these because I didn't notice as many. I noticed the overall fact that it was like just just sopping with it.
Isaiah's primary, like his symbol, like it's all over the stuff that he has Jim Jeffries wearing. It's like his personal logo. It's two like half circles and then a line sitting on top of a line and they're inverted, so you can't tell. Like it looks a little bit like an hourglass, actually. So if you flip it in either direction, you can't tell whether it's right side up or upside down. And you see that a lot. And it's also it looks like horns, But anyway, there's a shot early on when he's about to go into when they drop him off in front of Isaiah's place when he first gets there and he's about to walk down into the tunnel. But they do this shot overhead where it's the crucifix again, but it's the line through the middle. So it just kind of looks like a crossroads, like the choice. You can't tell which end is up, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But because of the perspective, it's also like behind him leads up into the mountains and to like literally like these white snow-capped mountains, and ahead of them is down this tunnel into the darkness. But because of the perspective, you can't tell which one is sloping up and which one is sloping down.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty fucking boss, Dave.
It seems like there's a lot of symbolism. I also noticed one of the posters is just him holding two footballs in a Jesus pose. Oh. And it's like, oh, well,
yeah, that's also
Jesus fucking Christ.
There's also the fact that when we meet Isaiah, he's literally a carpenter. He's hammering carpenter's nails into something.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's the stuff where it's like, are they trying to say that religion is another form of this control overall?
I think so. Or it's maybe. I think it's more clearly likening all of this to something that is so ingrained in terms of its rituals and its mantras and like the quote unquote the services you attend. It's just like so, and then like the military of course is the same way. We treat everything with like such reverence and respect, like it's these holy rites and rituals. So
yeah,
I think
you
it's
have
more
to put religion in that,
right? And obviously God family football is what he says, and then Marlon's like, no, it's the inverse. There's another inverse. It's football family God for me. God's at the bottom, so his God is below.
Right.
Yeah.
Satan stuff loves the inverse, obviously upside down cross, and like, yeah, where it's this.
His shoes are inverse instead of converse. It's all over. Anyway, but yeah, I think it's more. I think it's more strongly making that connection just as something like it's just indoctrinated into us. It's indoctrination in the way that. Not necessarily in a negative comment on religion, but just placing it like we treat these things like religion. But then obviously I do agree that you could read that additional layer into it. It's not nearly as emphatic as any of the other things, but obviously it is in there. Like the religion is in there. And
yeah,
it is
felt
like
they didn't want to as clearly
maybe
do
want
it.
to hit that point as hard, yeah. But
I mean, they do they do Last Supper again, where it's like, okay,
they do a lot of the Jesus imagery.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know much about
Lamb
Jesus.
Of God.
I don't know much about Jesus and like because it felt like it was this idea of like he's a Jesus figure, but he's also like pretty fucking tempted by Satan and more like on Satan, like knocking at Satan's door than he is like anything else. And then he chooses to sort of be like a holy weapon against, like he fulfills that obligation to be.
Yeah, it's Last
like
Temptation of Christ.
Okay. Is that what that's about? They don't just say like, you want the Snickers, and he's like, I shouldn't. I
really shouldn't. Yeah, no, he's up on the cross, and it's Willem Dafoe. He's Jesus.
I should watch that.
It's Scorsese.
Yeah,
and then
I don't think I've seen that.
And then the devil comes up, and he's like, hey, Jesus, what if I got you out of this and you had like a whole ass life? You just like lived like a normal man with like Mary Magdalene and shit and had kids and stuff. And you see all of that. It's like an occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, and then it flashes back to Jesus. After the whole movie is played out, it goes back to Jesus on the cross. He's like, nah, I think I'll just die.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. That's his last temptation.
Spoilers.
It's kind of, they sort of obliquely reference it in First Contact with Data, where Data's like, amazing. I did consider her offer. And they're like, really? And he's like, for like 0.5 nanoseconds. He's like, trust me, to a machine, that's an eternity.
Oh, so he had his own. It's the last temptation of Data.
Yeah, he presumably saw his whole life play out with the Borg Queen, with Alice Krieg.
Was Jesus's life? Was it good? Did he get like a record deal or? Like,
it was a life.
A skateboarder.
It was a life.
Okay.
You know,
it would
got
cool
to live
if
as
it
a
was
family
like
man.
rad.
It wasn't like super rad. He wasn't like rollerblading. He just got to live a normal life as a guy, which is probably what they were alluding to in the original ending of this movie.
Yeah,
Marlon just got to go have a normal life as a guy, but that's him moving on from. But that is the ultimate promise at the. I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know.
It's real soup. I think it is a real soup, and
it is a real soup of similar themes that connect in a lot of ways. But like we're saying, it's not really a linear narrative.
Yeah, and I do think that hurts that hurt them ultimately. When what I mean is that the soup of metaphor is like you sort of get the initial metaphor, and then as it plays out, it's sort of like these metaphors all kind of mush together. Where it's like, yeah, it's sort of like this. It's also
pretty
kind of like this.
Yeah.
But I think at that point, most audiences were like, yeah, I kind of just want like a progressing story more. And like it does feel because it does seem more natural that he would sign, because they keep asking him multiple times or saying like, you don't have to do this, like they do that a few
everything.
times.
Yeah. He rejects every plea. It's Faust. Like he keeps getting visited by angels that are like, all you have to do is repent and we can get you out of this.
Yeah. Or like even like Marlon Wayans being like, you sit this out. You're not feeling good. Then they shoot him up. But like, yeah, it's very it's like a con, right? Is where it's like you want the person to feel like they're making the choice to do it themselves, but
correct.
They're not really offering him that choice.
Food to a starving man in prison, right? That's what he says.
Yeah, exactly. But there is that feeling of like several times people sit down and go, you don't have to do this. But it's sort of like
Jim Jeffries tells him to run, gets his head cut off.
Yeah, he sure does.
Sure does.
Yeah, they do. They give him like this moment where he's drunk and he's kind of regretting it.
Mm-hmm.
They give him a little turn.
Yeah. You sort of see coming well, not really, not initially. He just kind of seems like another guy that's just completely along for the ride.
Yeah. But I get the frustration in general because there's very few moments like that where he's like, run. And he gives him the shot to run. And like, there's like a few moments of that where, but generally speaking, it's just, like you said, we're just spiraling into the mouth of hell. It's like Snowpiercer if you got to the front and then, no, it's not like Snowpiercer. Not quite.
There's no trains, first of all.
Well, it's similar format because it's like, and now here, and now here, and now here, and now here.
Yeah, it's very dreamlike.
Everything. Yeah. But I think there's not much arcs and there's not much revelations of the character, like anything where it's like any growth.
None really, except his last choice.
And I was always waiting for that part where like when he kept saying, I'm going to go watch my tapes, I thought that was leading to something like a bigger revelation or like it felt like...
Oh, I thought that was a good revelation. Because like when somebody... Oh, sorry. Finish your thought.
No, it just felt... I think that's what people were looking for. They were looking for that moment where it's like, oh, he sneaks out at night, he watches tapes and it reveals something dark. And like we get... Like going into like the 3-act structure where it's like it was all act 1 or it was all like
I can see
it was all like this is weird and technical. Act 1 is when he got to the place, but like act 2 tends to have a turning point, the point of no return. The halfway point of a movie is usually when the characters go like, oh shit, this is fucked up. And like, or like I'm trapped. There is now like higher stakes here in some way. Mm-hmm. And it felt like it was almost all the act 2 before the halfway point where you're sitting there and you're waiting for him to have a moment where he goes like, oh, I need to do this other thing now. And it never comes. So it's right. Like, I think that was intentional. That's by design. Yeah,
it's by design.
But that's frustrating for audiences.
I totally see that. Yeah, you want something that's a little more traditional, like a little more like a mainstream narrative, even though they did market this movie as being surreal and weird.
Yes. But I think it's that combination, and then he does the third act is what you'd expect, meaning that
it's him finally confronting all these weird threats.
Yes. So it's like this. It's like this constant, it's like a first act, and then suddenly he says like, never mind, and I'm gonna fight everybody. I don't know how else to describe it. There's definitely, I think it's the ending, if anything, where it's like, it just felt so natural that he would sign it at that point.
Yeah, it feels inevitable, and it feels like that was the tone of the movie up to that point, is that... And the direction of the movie, like we said, he keeps just allowing him. He keeps making the choice to sink further and further.
Right. Like the way the Devil's Advocate did it, that was how they got away with those two things.
They do the Last Temptation to Christ. They literally do that in that. That's true. I forgot about that.
But it's also that Keanu spends the movie not seeing the demonic stuff, but seeing the way it hurts the people around him.
Yeah.
So it keeps escalating where he's like, my life is getting worse as I'm getting more power. And then in the third act, it's him realizing, oh, it's you did this. And that's how he can reject it at the last minute. You know what I mean? Is like going from a character who's saying yes, 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 to suddenly saying no. You almost need them to, like, I guess that the way they did this was the grooming. That is his moment.
And the realization that his dad was never like... His dad wasn't right to burden him with this. That's
right.
That's like one of the two revelations. The one revelation we have, the major one for this character, is that he doesn't like football. He wanted he wanted to be done with this. Is all his dad. But
he was going to quit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so like ruthlessly committed to it that it never enters our mind that he doesn't like it. So that's a reveal for him, and that affects his decision at the end of the movie. And the Marlon one is like a training day reveal. Because like I said, there's parts throughout the film where he gives him some genuine wisdom, where he's like real with them for a second. It's like each scene, like you were saying, is Marlon says something that's a little more weird. Like he's pushing the envelope, a little more strange. But he'll give him like a genuine piece of advice that's either really obliquely a hint to the situation, or something that's just him being real and heart to heart, like we said before about the prison thing. So like his training day thing is like, you think, okay, maybe he really does want Cam to run. Maybe he really doesn't want Cam to make this decision. And he keeps saying, I'm going to go watch some tape. When he doesn't want to, when it gets into an uncomfortable place where he doesn't want to answer his questions anymore. So up to this point, you might be thinking that there's like hope for him, but like, because when you're watching tape, it usually means you're studying the competition. So he's like studying him to see, you know, how he's gonna beat him and how he's gonna prepare for him. You know, like, how am I gonna make my like last fight against this kid? Like, how am I gonna fight this kid? And then we come to find out he's just been staring at this hellmaw of self-flattery the whole time.
Yeah, he's just feeding. It's just
he's completely insane. Like it's a bit like the House of Usher reveal, where it's like, oh no, he was just completely insane the whole time. He's totally evil.
I thought of it more of like every time he finds a little humanity, he just kind of tamps it down.
Yes,
like it's
he has to get and he gets up and leaves. So I got to go watch some tapes.
So it's more of like he's purposefully making himself insane, reminding himself
of the power of what he wants. Yeah,
it's interesting because I never not thought maybe he'll be good, but you kind of wonder, like, is he earning a redemptive moment, like with these little pearls of wisdom?
Is it going to be a thing where it's like, I'm not going to let you win, but I want you to beat me, or I want you to get out of here?
Yeah.
Like, I don't wish this on anybody. If you try to take it from me, I'll kill you, but I don't wish this on anyone.
I'm so curious about what the original ending is, because the vibe I get is that there was a lot of stuff that was building towards probably that ending that never, you know, whenever I hear that they changed the ending, I think like, okay, but how much more did you change throughout? Because that's
right. How much
important, right?
Right. There's support structures throughout that are going to be holding that ending up.
Yeah, so I'm like, I want to read the script of this and see, like, how different was the script if it was that different. Because it does feel like it's, because, like, him just being like, now we're going to fight, you sort of, I expected, like, some humanity to come out at the end, some moment. You know, that the character that's, like, lost all their humanity having that one moment in the end, because that's what they keep setting up. Like, they set it up with the doctor, right? Their doctor is like, when he gets drunk or when he reveals a little too much.
The only one who ultimately has a true moment of humanity, yeah.
Yeah. And then his wife, I thought, obviously they're setting her up a little bit, but of course she's like the arch one.
Julia Fox.
I liked that.
Me too. I like that, yeah. There's fun stuff like that, yeah. I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was very well made. I think it's
It's not terribly long. I think that would have pinged me if it was. It would have been like, but like for what it is, I quite liked it. Again, the directing was super fun.
Yeah, it's just menacing throughout.
Yeah, and I like vibes. You know me.
Yeah.
I like
chilling
it when
on vibes.
movie
It's a vibes
has-
movie for sure.
It is, but it wasn't lost on me why people aren't into this, because I think people went in probably like, imagine like, you know, taking a date to this, being a group of teenagers going to see this, wanting to see like a fun horror movie, because I think that's what Jordan Peele does offer people. Jordan Peele is like, I'm going to do this metaphor, but I'm also gonna have like funny characters and weird
a
gore
commercial
and,
film
like,
with
yeah.
Not that this one isn't commercial as well. It's just like we said, it's not a linear narrative, which kind of right there is less commercial.
I mean, it's technically linear. It's just not a.
That's true. Yeah, it is linear.
I think it's just structurally weird, and I think that the characters, especially the main character, it kind of all just happens to him, which I think people will pick up on. Like when a movie is just happening to someone as opposed to them having an active role in it.
Yeah, making decisions that, yeah.
Which is hard when the entire point is that. The entire point is this character.
He's continuing to choose to
today you're going to
stay,
do this. Today you're going to do this. Yeah, he's just making the constant choice to stay.
Yeah, what
really
will
it.
you tolerate?
Yeah.
And plenty of well-reviewed movies have operated on that.
Not that many, I don't think. Like, people like characters who are
horror
who are-
movies, people that are just staying too long because of the social contract, stuff like that. Like
oh yeah.
Speak No Evil.
Shit, I haven't seen that one. But yeah,
it's
that
a
one
similar
seemed
thing.
like-
It's which I think people might have been expecting something closer to that, where it's house guests with an increasingly weird off hosts.
This is weirdly more like Funny Games. Funny Games is a movie where characters, their main characters, have no agency, and that's the point, right? Mm-hmm. Which is like, it's like, when are they going to get away? When are the tables are going to turn? When there's going to be progress? Yeah, exactly. And that's what this is more like, where I think it's just watching a character. It's more like a Rec Room for a Dream is another comparison, where it's like, oh, when are they going to get clean? Oh, never?
Never.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's that, where it's a very dark descent for most of the movie. And I think that's a very hard sell. But again, I did enjoy it.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I don't have much else to say. Yeah, I'm excited to see like what this guy does next too. I don't think I've seen any of his work.
No, me either. I'm not familiar with the name. Justin Tipping.
Yeah, he's done a few things. Not all horror. That's interesting. Something called Kicks, which is about shoes. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Huh. All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's all. That's all I got.
We can be done. We've fulfilled our obligation.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
We have a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed, GAMEFULLY, unemployed. We have exclusive podcasts on there for $5 a month. You get access to exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Star Trek, The Next Futurama, Spiel Boys, Him Booze, our supernatural podcast. We watch movies every Friday night with our patrons as well. We have a lot of fun on there. It's on our Discord. We have a Discord server with a beautiful community filled with wonderful people. It's not a cult, so check it out.
Definitely not a cult. We also have a store. Head over to gamefullyunemployed.com, or you can find a link to our Teespring store. We have all kinds of cool original artwork and designs by cool original artists like Michael Vincent Bramley, Starlene Hodge, Justin Brown, and others, so check that out. Please rate and review our podcast wherever you're listening, and check out our new show, Badical, BADICAL, wherever you are listening. And that's it.
Oh, one more thing. Shout out to Tim Heidecker, who is just Tim Heidecker for this whole thing.
He's just Tim Heidecker in this movie.
Yeah, he's just in his own sketch, and then he explodes.
Then he explodes.
Beautiful.
What a contribution.
Really, seriously, it was just like, oh, I'm having a lot of fun with Tim Heidecker in this. him just, man, it's just close your eyes, picture Tim Heidecker doing an agent, playing an agent.
Doing Bob Sugar from Jerry Maguire.
Yep, and then he explodes. Jerry Maguire should have had more exploding.
More Satanism, yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch that. Fuck.
More old dudes getting their heads cut off.
Yeah.
So many old heads rolled.
I know. He didn't take one with him. I would have taken one.
He should have.
Heads are rare.
Yeah. Ask Predator. That's why he's out hunting for him.
Yeah.
They don't have any heads on their planet.
Yeah, they
got to go into the stars to find them.
They got to outsource. Hey, listen, our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can find him on twitter.com as the Corlew or go to shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our channel artwork is produced by Michael Vincent Bramley. For more of his work, go to mvbramley.art. Our episode artwork is by Justin Brown, available on Twitter as Justin T. Brown or at artnessbyjustinbrown.com. And finally, additional artwork is by Starlene Hodge. You can find her work at starlenearts.com or on Twitter as StarleneX. Cool. Goodbye.